All right, Carrie, we'll see you in just a little bit. But before we turn things over, I'd like to share a product with you that I'm very passionate about personally. I have a dog, I have 2 cats, I have a 2-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and I'm an asthma and allergy sufferer. So I don't count on poisons or toxic chemicals in the air in my home. They're just not an option. But apparently I have a cockroach problem on my street. Just found this out recently. There's lots of my neighbors complaining that there's cockroaches in their homes. I, however, was unaware, because I've never had a cockroach in my home, because I use Bell & Howell Pest Repellers. I am able to keep out ants, cockroaches, spiders, rats, and mice, and I don't use traps, because God forbid my kids' hands get stuck in them. I don't use poisons, because God forbid my cat or dog ingest one of them. I don't use sprays, because they irritate my lungs. I plug in my Bell & Howell Pest Repellers, and I've never seen a cockroach on a street that apparently there's a cockroach problem on. These bad boys work. And when you plug them in, you stop buying a la carte poisons and traps and solutions that are not working for you. This is our great 9-piece combo pack. It's one of our top selling sets we've ever done here at HSN. We have not had it back in stock for about 5 months. You get $53 worth of pest repellers for $39.95. You get the little mini to put up on the kitchen counter so it's not a big eyesore. You get the models that have the built-in night lights, so you have automatic night lights in the bathrooms. You get the models that have got the outlets on the side, so you're not even losing a place to plug in your blow dryer or your curling iron or your phone charger. It really is the best offer that we have here at HSN. But most importantly, what it gives you is the opportunity to not have a single ant, mouse, spider, cockroach, or rat in your home or anywhere near it. It is a safe, one-of-a-kind scientific alternative to all the awful toxic poison alternatives that are out there. Now, Lou Caputo is going to join us. Now, Lou knows that I've used my pest repellers in about 4 different homes,
yes,
different neighborhoods, and they're still working, still running perfectly for me. How long have you had yours?
Going on about 8 years, I want to say.
8 years now.
Yeah, same set, never had to do anything with them.
And 8 years of no poisons.
No poisons,
no traps.
nothing.
No carcasses to clean up.
Nope.
No toxic chemicals around you or your family.
Haven't had any of these problems.
Pretty great solution.
Yeah. No, it really is. And the nice thing about these is that they're completely silent. They actually use sound waves to repel the pests, but they're ultrasonic sound waves. So it's sound at a frequency higher than we can hear. So you won't hear them, your kids won't hear them, your pets won't hear them. But rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders, they've been tested on these, and they will hear them, and they're going to run away. And the nice thing about them is you just plug them in one time, walk away.
Hey, by the way, just so you know, your entire order ships for $5 today. So if you want 2 sets, if you love this idea of no toxic chemicals for your kids and your grandkids' homes, your entire order ships for $5. So if you want 2 sets, if you want 3 sets, if you want 5 sets, your first set is $5 in shipping. Every other set that you order ships totally and completely free of charge.
Yeah,
now let's talk about the alternatives. The awful alternatives.
Okay, so normally, you know, what we're told to do is that we've got to go out and buy poisons, okay?
Right.
So we have many, many different things that you can spend money on right here. And what's interesting about this is that, you know, if you have an ant problem, you're going to buy things that are specific for the ants. But when you use this stuff up, you've got to buy more. And also when it wears off, the pests come back, okay? But if you have a roach problem, guess what? Can't use the ant stuff, okay? Now you got to go out and you got to buy things that are made specifically for the roaches. And it's really all the same stuff, just formulated differently. But again, you're spending more money to buy more things. And again, when they wear out, when you run out of them, you buy more. When they wear out, the pests come back, okay? And if you have rats and mice, now there's even more stuff. And this is the stuff that's really scary because these are poisons right here. This looks like my dog's favorite little green treat that I give her, okay? This looks like kitty litter and this thing right here. And then we've got sticky traps where they die of dehydration and starvation. By the way, if you poison the rats and the mice, guess what? They die inside your house someplace. Yeah. All right, and then you've got that really lovely odor. Or if your pets get into a rat or mouse that's already been poisoned, then your pets get poisoned too. And then we've got this guy right here. I'm gonna grab one that's live here under the table just because, you know, I've messed with these before and I can tell you I don't like using these for a variety of reasons, but mostly because they're very hard to set, number one. You've got to bait them, you've got to put this just the right way, and then in the middle of the night you hear that sound. And that means that someone is going to have to go and remove the carcass from this. They're going to have to rebait this trap and put it back in there. It's so much easier just to take a Bell & Howell Pest Repeller. You know, oh, by the way, did you see anything on this table for spiders? Nothing for spiders.
Nothing for spiders. And by the way, all this stuff is a la carte. All this stuff is rebuy at the grocery store. All this stuff is toxic poisons and chemicals. Right. Listen, at the end of the day, you're going, but I can't see it. I don't know if it's... Listen, we've sold millions. I mean, what are we at now? 5 million?
Over 5.1 million individual units.
5.1 million pest repellers. And I can tell you they work. I can tell you I don't go down the poison alley at the grocery store. I can tell you I've used them upstairs. I've used them downstairs. I've used them in the garage. I've used them in the attic. They don't bother my dogs. They don't bother my cats. They don't bother my kids. But I don't get bothered by or see a single cockroach, ant, rat, mouse. I've never dealt with any of it. And I've lived in a bunch of different neighborhoods in the last few years. Now, this is our great big kit. You're getting all the full function models. You're getting your built-in free night lights. You're getting your additional outlets. You're getting your mini for up on a high countertop. I mean, it's you won't want for anything. This is really the only kit you need to fit your entire home. Cover the big entranceways, right? The garage, the attic, the cellar. And then put them anywhere else where you've got problems.
Yeah, I mean, this is essentially a whole home kit. And, the reason you need so many in a house is because since these are sound waves, they're going to echo off of solid surfaces. So walls, doors, furniture, P.S., don't put them behind the furniture. You want that sound wave to go out, but you want to have one for every single room. And as Brett mentioned, the garage is a must. Attic, basement, all those places. Now, how do you know that they're working? Because the thing is that you can't see them, you can't feel them. I mean, you don't know. Well, number one, you're going to notice there's no pests. That's the first indication. But if you look at the unit that's right here, there's a little red LED on there, and you're going to see that flash every once in a while. Now, every time that flashes, it's indicating that an ultrasonic pulse is going out. There's white night lights on, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Yes, because there are 2 without the plugs that have them as well. So 5 of them have the night lights. If I cover the photo cell on top, you're going to see those come on. So they don't stay on 24 hours a day.
Wait,
they only come on when it gets dark. But here's the other thing, too. You were talking about how you can't see that they're working, and I just said it. Well, here's one way you can, okay? This is a device called an ultrasonic leak detector. And they use this to see when there are gas leaks in natural gas lines, okay? Because gas comes out at such a high pressure, it actually makes an ultrasonic sound wave. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to place it down by the unit we have plugged in right here. And every time it senses an ultrasonic sound wave going out, you're going to see a little red ball bounce. It's going to pulse. See that? And it's going to coincide with that LED on the front of this. So watch this. There, see that? It picked up an ultrasonic sound wave. So that's how, you know, I'm showing you proof positive. You can't do this at home unless you have this instrument, but that these do work, that they do put out that ultrasonic sound wave. And, you know, it's not just Brett and I standing here saying, yeah, it works on these 5 things. You know, the HSN legal department actually had Bell and Howell go get independent third-party laboratory testing done.
So a lot of people have called us and said they've worked on other creepy crawlers they had in their lives, but Bell and Howell spent the money to certify and qualify these 5 things. And some of you, I think you watch this and you go, guys, this is a health and wellness day. What on earth are you doing? What are you talking about here? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. We're getting poisons out of your home. We're getting toxic chemicals out of the air. We're giving you a safe, natural, real scientific solution to a problem that we all have. Not to mention, I kind of feel like we're servicing the circle of life, right? We're not killing a part of the food chain that doesn't need to be killed. We just don't want them in our homes.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, okay? Because killing is not always the answer when it comes to pests, all right? And here's why. Number one, yeah, you don't want all these toxic chemicals and all this stuff in your house. You don't even want to spend this money over and over. But if you kill a female German cockroach, I don't care how you do it, if you kill her, okay, if she's carrying egg sacs on her, if she's bearing eggs, she will jettison those eggs. So you might kill the mother, but you're not going to kill the eggs. They're going to hatch anyway. So what you're doing at the end of the day is you're getting rid of one, but hundreds more are going to be born because you killed that one. It's much better off to repel them. And by the way, everything you're seeing on here is what we call reactive. The Bell & Howell Pest Repellers are proactive.
That's right.
They take care of the problem before you have a problem. We talked about this earlier today, that, you know what, I don't wait until I have a fire to put up a smoke detector.
Right.
Okay? You don't do that. That's why you want to put, even if you don't have a pest problem now, you want to put these up to prevent you from ever having
And listen,
one.
you know, the thing about it too is when there's no a la carte future costs, when there's no risks or concerns about poisons or chemicals that go near your dogs, your cats, your kids, isn't it worth trying? I mean, don't you want to see if you no longer see ants around your pet food bowls? Don't you want to see if you're no longer picking up dead cockroaches underneath your sink every couple of days? Don't you want to see if you can stop buying that junk at the grocery store over and over and over again? Well, over 5 million of these have been sold here at HSN, and they've worked. They've worked for me, and for me, quite frankly, the alternatives are not alternatives. They're not options. I'm not going to put poisons in a house with a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and 3 animals.
Right, exactly, and it's not something we want to do. And the nice thing, people worry that they're going to hear these, that it's going to somehow disrupt their life. They're not going to. You're not even going to know that they're there. And even with that mini, I love that going on the counter right there. They're so unobtrusive intrusive. They could be air fresheners. Nobody knows what they are. But you know what? You're going to notice no more rats, no more mice, no more ants, no more roaches, and no more spiders.
And don't forget, whole order ships for $5. So if you want a second set for somebody else in your family that needs one for their home, get them now, because you're not only getting the sale price, but you'll get free shipping on your second set, your third set, your fourth set, your fifth set. The other nice thing that Bell & Howell does is they think about your home. So they give you built-in free night lights. I mean, what would you spend just for 3 automatic night lights in bathrooms or on stairways? You get 5 automatic built-in plug-in ready-to-go, no batteries to ever replace night lights. You get 3 units with extra outlets on the side, so even where you plug this in, there's still a place to charge your phone, there's still a place to plug in your blow dryer, there's still a place to plug in the curling iron. I mean, you don't sacrifice a thing, but you plug these in and you're good to go, you're done. I've lived in different neighborhoods. I've lived in different style homes. I've had to add some to the order because our home's gotten a little bit bigger since our family's gotten a little bit bigger. But they all work. They all keep working over and over and over again. And I don't buy any of that awful
any of the point. Well,
table of death.
And it doesn't matter if you live in the city, if you live in the country. Yeah. This is something that everybody can use at some point, even in the wintertime, because that's when the mammals want to come in.